Oh, oh, hello. Welcome to another episode of Jarmok Plays Lonely Mountains Down the Hill. I hope you're doing all right. I'm trying to buy myself some time here because I want to take a look at some conversational notes. You take notes for these? They just seem like jumbled messes of conversation. You know what? You try making a conversational show about, nothing, pretty much. And while playing a video game that is peaceful to look at, but in general, still pretty tough. Especially when you don't have the correct bikes. By correct bikes, what do I mean? I have no idea. But for some reason, there's jumps, there's specific jumps that they want me to make that just don't exist. So yeah, but the jumps that they want me to make, they're insanity because I don't have the shocks for them. Yeah, like a lot of these shortcuts to make my runs go faster. That's that does not sound like a good thing. Doesn't sound like a thing you want to happen to you. You know, I've been thinking about it, though. I feel like the content is pretty good on the YouTube channel, but I do want. I feel like there's something specific that's missing. I don't want to do Let's Plays. Let me be clear. Specifically ones that take like 20 plus episodes to finish. I kind of want to be able to complete specific games. I'm gonna cherry pick, hand pick, whatever you want to call them. Pick. Oh, I see a path. Okay, so if I go this way and then go straight downwards like this, dude, perfect ish. But yeah, I'm gonna hand pick these games that I want to play through, and they're gonna be kind of shorter experiences, maybe games from my childhood. Yeah, give you a little bit more insight into what makes me the gamer that I am. I don't know. We've kind of done this before, where we played like Wario Land 1 and Ninja Turtles in one sitting. I don't think one sitting is a good way to play those. I never played them like that, because they're, I mean, I'll be honest, they're difficult games. I'm not saying like I was the best gamer when I was a child, but they are definitely either mechanically difficult or just overall difficult. Okay, speaking of which, what game are we gonna start with? I've got a couple in mind. I don't want to list them off. That's spoilers. Although you probably don't know them. I'm not like trying to make you feel bad. I do have an N64 like HDMI converter. We can fire up some N64 games as well. That'll be a fun thing to explore. I do have some time tonight. If you're wondering, if you want a little bit more inside of the baseball, it's Wednesday night. I called off stream because I didn't feel like putting on a show. Partially because I just don't feel good. Is that a fair enough the thing to do to cancel a show? I think it is. Because if you personally feel like it's gonna be a bad show. You're doomed already. Doomed from the beginning. Speaking of which, geez, 13 crashes already. It's just this is a lot tougher than we initially had. You know, when you don't have the pressure of performing, when you're just doing the exploration, you're perfectly fine. But these guys, this game decides to give you. Wow! Wow! Did anyone see that? My wheel got stuck on the rock, and then they just shoved us. Okay, well, that's probably the most emotion you've seen from me playing this game. But you'll probably see more and more emotion from this game in general, just because the difficulty is ramping up. And I am on beginner difficulty still. That is the insane part of this. Okay, well. We might just forget about the crashes one for now. He's going crazy. He's going insane, fellas. And ladies. Lady? I don't know how many female people listen to these videos. It's just a nerd playing video games. Although, why would guys listen to this anyways as well? I don't know. I don't know. YouTube's a weird thing. Would I listen to my own videos? I do. I actually do listen to my own videos, so shove that into your floppy disk slot. That sounds really bad. My bad. These are supposed to be family friendly. Are they? we talk about some serious stuff though. I don't think kids like 12 and under would actually be interested in anything in this besides the game itself. Maybe they're like, oh, it's a voice. I like voices. They're talking to me. Maybe I can relate. Nah, he's a boomer. I'm not a boomer, I promise. Boomers pulled themselves up by their bootstraps. Millennials are all about dreams. We got dreams of grandeur for miles. I mean, it's kind of true, isn't it? It's one of those things that's kind of scary about the classifications. Some of them end up being kind of true. Are we going the wrong way here? I think I might have to run a playback of the first video in our exploration of this, because it feels tougher than it actually is. Okay, so we drop onto this rock. Okay, we keep going this way. Alright, go through the rocks here. And through here. And where do we go from here? Ah, not into the side of the wall. Okay. Yeah, maybe we need to focus on the game just a tiny bit here for a second. And not go into the okay boomer conversation. It's the I know you are, but what am I? Of this of the decade. But honestly, it's a culmination of both sides giving up on the other group understanding their actual issues. So, it's a culmination of like, honestly, it's like a sad realization in general. It's like, yeah, the other side of the coin's not gonna realize what I'm actually going through here. So I'm just gonna live my life. And I guess like it's kind of like a peaceful solution at the end, but it's not the best. It's not the best case scenario, let me tell you that. Best case scenario, both sides are like, alright, you guys are people. I get it. We all have issues. Some people can't figure out how to play a video game. You know, some people are stuck at the third checkpoint of a map that they easily beat the first time. You know? Other people actually have real life problems like taxes. Are you kidding me? Is this actually... Wait, what just... Okay. But this is a whole lot easier of a path. So much so. I'm about to restart. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, let's do this thing. Because that's not the hardest part of this run. I'm gonna be honest with you. The hardest part of, well actually, no. That is the hardest part of this run. And after that, I think it's easy breezy. Beautiful. CoverGirl mascara. You know, if I ever get sponsored by anybody, those commercials, my plugs would be just like that. I just fit it easily into a conversation. You know, so if you've got a product, or if you're a manager of products, let me know. I'll squeeze it in. Product placement. Cause, okay, so here's the thing. Product placement doesn't have to always be bad, I feel like. It could be a joke. It could be a reference in the middle of, maybe it's Maybelline. You know, like, you could put that just whenever you say maybe. You have to say maybe is Maybelline. Like, it doesn't have to be all doom and gloom corporate America. Because it's cultural relevance. You know? I feel like if it's something that brings people together, like if I bring up the Orbit commercial where the lady's saying, "You lit liquor," and everybody's just like, "Yeah, I remember those commercials," or like, "Gotta have my pops." Yeah, you know, there's a whole lot of them like that. Which way do we go? This way? Yo, are we done? Yo, let's go. Oh my. Well, I was about to say, we're so good at this game. Give me a second, give me a second. Alright, we're good. There we go. Are you kidding me? These bridges are actually difficult, okay? It's like I'm playing Into the Gungeon. That's the other thing I wanted to talk about in the last was it this episode or last episode? We were talking about like what videos we want to make. The Gungeon videos are not on the chopping block. I do feel like they're not as successful, maybe because they're like not as pleasant to look at. It's kind of old school. It's kind of like a niche thing that I'm doing with the gyroscopic controls. A lot of people that are watching the videos are probably like, I can't tell the difference. It's true. You can't tell the difference. And it's not like showcasing my skill or anything like that. It's literally just a case of, okay, is it easier? It doesn't feel like it would be easier. It's not easier, by the way. but it's not also it's not apparent that it's more difficult. I think that in general just makes it not as appealing to a large crowd slash to more people. But I don't know. Only you can prevent forest fire slash Gungeon being cut. Does that mean, am I cutting Gungeon? Like, as of today? No. No, of course not. They do take the longest to make. And, what's the fun factor on them? I like that I'm completing the game now. It took me a while to get to the point where I'm like, okay, we need to have a goal. Hold on. Speaking of which, let's see if we can get this time, but also the crashes. The crashes are pretty important too. Which one's more important? I can't really tell you, but I got them both. Oh, 245 or less was more important because it was trails. But eventually we're going to get the javelin as well, so hopefully we get a new bike soon so we can stop complaining about these jumps. Yo. Oh, I thought it was highlighted. Is it because my mouse is there? It is because my mouse is there. It's hilarious. Okay. Parts unlocked. 2 for the javelin. We're getting nowhere, guys. Do we have, what do we have? A new helmet? Nah. What do we have? New hair? I think it was literally just a moose skin. Okay. Well, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Lonely Mountains Downhill. Hit that like button if you did. Hit that sub button if you want to watch future content that shows up and get notified for them. And thank you for all the support. I will catch you next time. Peace.